Hello everyone and welcome back to PhytoPathoVerse. I'm Malini, molecular plant pathologist with a motto to make plant pathology easy. With ASRB NET 2025 approaching, we are continuing our special series on model papers, each designed with 100 carefully selected questions. So, today we will be moving forward with model paper 2. To start with, we have question number 1, that is, a systemic fungicide used for the control of blast of paddy. That will be BEAM. BEAM is the trade name for tricyclazole. Second, the simplest technique for isolating bacteria in growth media is referred to as streak plate method. Third, the primary source of inoculum for angular leaf spot of cotton. It is seed-borne bacterium. Fourth, the bacteria Agrobacterium tumefaciens. It induces galls or tumors. Okay. Question number 5. Effective control for cuttay disease of cardamom. It will be eradication and burning of affected clams. You know, cuttay disease of cardamom is a viral disease, so there will be no effect of any systemic fungicide or destruction of alternate host or any application of biocontrol like trichoderma. Okay. Question number 6. Khaira disease of paddy is due to the deficiency of zinc. Okay. Question number 7. Which of the following is not a DNA virus? Now, if we know which are the genome of the viruses, so we can answer this very well. Colimovirus, we know it is a DNA virus, which is double-stranded DNA virus. Gemini virus, Bingomovirus, they are single-stranded DNA virus. So the question asked, not a DNA virus. It will be option A, litiovirus. Now, question 8. The sexual spore produced by downy mildew fungus. Here there is only downy mildew fungus, that is oospore, because oospore is the spore of oomycota. Okay. Question 9. Antibiotic used to control bacterial disease of plants. Which antibiotic it can be? It is streptocycline. Next, question number 10. That is, the cell wall of fungi belonging to Ascomycetes. That is the higher fungi. So the answer will be chitin. Question 11. The number of ascospores produced in a typical assay. Typical assay, why they are called like that? Because in one ascus, normally how many number of ascospores are found? It is 8, but in some special cases it can be more, like 16, 512. So there are various exceptions, but normally we get to see 8 ascospores in single ascus. Okay. Next question. Black mold fungus usually refers to Aspergillus niger. Question 13. Fungal nucleolus consist mostly of. Nucleolus mostly contain RNA. Question 14. The perfect stage of Aspergillus nidulans. The perfect stage of Aspergillus is Eurotium. Question 15. Demicyclic rust fungus lack uridial stage. Okay. In a macrocyclic rust, normally we have 5 stages. PAU, TB. We have discussed it. So the demicyclic rust means what? The uridial stage will be missing. Okay, next question. Typical conditions used for sterilization is 121 degrees Celsius at 15 psi for 15 minutes. But if in the options there will be 121.6 degrees Celsius, so the correct answer will be that one. but in general we call it 121 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes at 15 psi. Okay. Question 17. Fungus producing conidia either in pycnidia or acervoli. It belongs to which family? It will be Phylomycete. Okay. Question 18. Dictyospora is a spore with both horizontal and vertical septa. You know, normally horizontal and vertical septa are seen in Alternaria, right? So yes, it belongs to dictyospore. Like the type of spore found in Alternaria is dictyospore. Or we can also call it like the conidia is muriform. Okay. Next, question 19. The first expert system in plant pathology was developed in USA in the year it is 1983. But do you know what is the first expert system? The first expert system, it is actually named, I'll try to write it here, that is Plant DS. Okay, and it was used against soybean, means in soybean, sorry. Question 20. The maximum tolerance level for potato leaf roll virus in certified seed potatoes is 0.5 to 1%. Question 21. A fungicide which does not belong to triazole group. So, you know, when we don't know any answer, so there we have to find if there is any exception or any elimination method we can do. In this case, the question is simply asked a fungicide which does not belong to triazole group. And here we can see an option called Vitavax, right? Vitavax is the first systemic fungicide which was discovered by Vaughan and Kulka, and it belongs to oxazine group. So here we have our answer. So even if we don't know about option A, B and C, we can tell कि Vitavax is definitely the one which does not belong to triazole group. Okay. Next, question 22. Powdery mildew disease are effectively controlled by spraying Rubigon. Okay. Inclusion bodies found in potyvirus. 24. A sterol inhibiting fungicide is prochlorose. 25. Benzimidazole fungicide interfere with nuclear division. The mode of action of all the fungicides, especially the systemic fungicides, are very, very important. So benzimidazole fungicides mode of action is they inhibit nuclear division. Okay. Question 26. The teleospore of Sphaerotheca sorgi causing grain moth of sorghum can remain viable for very long time, that is 13 years. Question 27. Fungi with sinusitic hyaline mycelium producing sporangiospores similar to vegetative hyphae or if different than of indefinite growth belong to family Pythiaceae. Question 28. Hallucinogenic chemicals are produced by Ascomycetes. Next, mycoplasma differ from viruses is that they are sensitive to tetracycline. Next, genetic recombination occurs in bacteria through the transfer of plasmids. Question 31. MLO, that is mycoplasma live organism, they have given for example phytoplasma in plant system were translocated through, I think we all know this answer, that is phloem siftius. Phytoplasma, they normally translocate through phloem. The total amount of DNA in the chromosomes of a bacterium, that is E. coli, is about 4700 kilobase. Question 33. The thickness of the plasma membrane of bacterial cell is 8 nanometer. Question 34. N-acetyl glucose amino acid and N-acetyl muramic acid, that is the NAG and NAM, in the peptidoglycan unit is linked by beta 1,4-glycosidic bond. Question 35. Gram-positive bacteria belong to group Firmicute. Question 36. Fungi belonging to order Melanoconioles produce conidia within Acervulus. Genus Alternaria belong to family Dematiceae. Question 38. Tyndallization is carried at 100 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes on 3 consecutive days. Okay. Question 39. The protein coat in a bacterial cell on dry weight basis is 60%. Question 40. Which one is the example of host specific toxin? It will be Victorin. And also remember, Victorin is the first host specific toxin found. Next, Burgess Manual of Determinative Bacteriology is published in 4 volumes. Question 42. The protein associated with the genetic transformation process in bacteria is RIC-A protein. 43. Plant pathogenic bacteria which does not belong to coriniform group. Now, coriniform group is what? They are the gram-positive bacteria which are non-spore forming. So, out of this 4 option, the one I can see that is not gram-positive is Ralstonia. But also the second thing that is to consider, that is the bacteria should be non-spore forming. So we also have another correct answer, that is Pseudomonas, because Pseudomonas, it can be gram positive but it is non-spore forming. So in this case answer will be both B and D. Next, LOPAT test is used for the identification of fluorescent Pseudomonas. Now what is this LOPAT test? This is actually a series of biochemical tests that is used to differentiate various species and pathovirus of Pseudomonas bacteria. Okay. For example, you can see option B, that is Pseudomonas. Now this LOPAT, what does that mean? It is a sequential process series, right? So L belongs to leaven production, O oxidase reaction, P for pectolytic activity, A belongs to arginine dihydrolase, and last the T, that is tobacco hypersensitivity. Okay. If you want to know about this, just ask me in the comment section. I'll try to make a video out of that. Next question. TI plasmid is present in Agrobacterium tumefaciens. Next, turnip-shaped single-celled pedicellate teleospore is a character of genus Hemilia vastatrix. So this is the causal organism for coffee rust, and the teleospore of Hemilia vastatrix is turnip-shaped. Okay. Question 47. Bakane disease of rice caused due to the production of which hormone? That is gibberellin hormone. Next, 48. Plant disease which affect the absorption and accumulation of water and mineral. It will be wilts, because wilt is caused by when there will be lack of absorption of water and mineral. They mainly target the xylem vessel. The pathogen mainly target the xylem vessel through which water and minerals are absorbed. In that case, wilt happens. Question 49. The incubation period of stem rust of wheat in South India. It is 12 to 15 days. Question 50. Antibiotic affecting nucleic acid synthesis is Griseofulvin. 51. Oxazine fungicide act on the fungal cell by inhibiting mitochondrial respiration. This is the mode of action for oxazine fungicide like Vitavax and Plantavax. Okay. Next, papaya ring spot is caused by potivirus. 53. Most viruses move longer distance through the plant through phloem. Question 54. Virus with split genome. It will be tuber virus, such as tobacco rattle virus. Alright. Next, the number of days required for most of the viruses to move out of the inoculated leaf. It will be 2 to 5 days. Question 56. The rice tungro virus contains both ssRNA and dsDNA. So the answer will be A and C. ssRNA is the genetic makeup for what? RTSV, that is rice tungro spherical virus, and DNA is the genetic makeup for RTBV, that is rice tungro bacilliform virus. Okay, just remember it. Question 57. Genome of viroid, it will be single stranded RNA. Question 58. Who established that nucleic acid is the infectious agent in plant virus? Answer will be Geer and Secarum. Question 59. Bacteria as causal agent of plant disease was first time reported by whom? That will be T.J. Birrell. On what? For which disease, bacterial disease and pathogen, right? So it was fire blight of apple and pear, which was caused by Erwina amylovora. Okay, moving on. Question number 60. Fungi causing smut disease belong to Basidiomycotina. The number of spores produced by Puccinia graminis tritici during its life cycle is 5. Brown rot of potato is caused by Ralstonia solanacearum. Question 63. Hinosin is used to control, again, blast of paddy. Question 64. Bimodal transmission is seen in case of Colimovirus. 65. Alternate host for Puccinia graminis tritici, that will be Burberry. 66. Angular leaf spot of cotton is caused by Xanthomonas campestris pathover malvacearum. By this as well, this malvacearum itself, you can understand it is related to cotton, right? Question 67. A disease occurring severely and confined to a small locality. So it will be called as endemic disease. We have to know little bit of these terms when there will be severely occurring disease but in a small quantity locality, it will be endemic disease. Okay. 68. A fungal antagonist used in the biological control of soil-borne fungal disease. No question asked, it will be Trichoderma. Question 69. Effective fungicide for the control of late blight of potato. It is Ridomil. 70. Colletotrichum falcatum causes anthracnose of chili. Okay. 71. Cholerago of areca nut is controlled by spraying Bordeaux mixture. Next, 72. Tomato leaf curl virus is transmitted by white flies, that is Bemisia tabaci. Question 73. Leaf shredding and green ear symptoms are noticed in green ear symptom. Okay, this is the typical symptom for downy mildew of pearl millet. Question 74. The genetic material in a typical bacterial cell is contained in chromosomal strand. Question 75. Cutte disease of cardamom is transmitted by Pentalonia nigronervosa, which is also called black aphid. Okay. Question 76. Citrus greening disease is caused by a phloem inhibiting fastidious vascular bacteria. Question 77. A systemic fungicide used for the control of powdery mildew disease, that will be tridamorph, that is calixin. Next, 78. Local quarantine regulation for Colirago of areca nut is present in Karnataka. Next, indicator plant used for citrus tristeza virus, that is Carxylime. Okay. So now you can also see another options like see sweet orange. The indicator plant for which virus will be sweet orange. Search for it. Also trifoliate orange. This is very important. Like this one, we can get also question for other type like Mexican lime or others. So check the sweet orange and trifoliate orange is the indicator plant for which virus. If you have any confusion, again comment me, I will answer that. Next, black rot of cabbage is caused by Xanthomonas campestris, Pathovar campestris. 81. Ticca disease of groundnut can be controlled by spraying sulfur fungicide. Question 82. Swollen shoot of cocoa is transmitted by what? It is a mealybug. Swollen shoot of cocoa is transmitted by Pseudococcus nigellensis. This is a mealybug. Next, 83. Phytoalexin is produced by plants in response to fungal infection. Phytoalexin is a phenolic compound. 84. Stem rust of wheat is caused by Puccinia graminis triticii, has successfully cultured on medium by Williams. We need to remember as rust pathogens are not normally cultured because it is an obligate disease, obligate pathogen. This Puccinia rust pathogens are obligate, so normally they cannot be cultured artificially, but this Williams, he has successfully cultured stem rust of wheat. Next, 85. Cell wall of fungi belonging to Oomycetes contain cellulose. 86. Pseudomycelium is formed in yeast. Next, Ammonium sibuletum is one of the alternate host for Cutte disease of cardamom. If you know these, the name of this one like Ammonium sibuletum, this is actually the scientific name for large or black cardamom. Okay, so this is used as alternate host for Cutte disease. Question 88. Certain bacteria to gain entry into the host tissue to dissolve cell wall of plant, it produce a specific enzyme, that is pectolytic enzyme. Question 89. Nuclear position of secondary mycelium of Basidomycotina, it will be N plus N. Question 90. Rhizoctenia solani, a root rot causing pathogen, comes under the order Mycelia sterilia. This is actually a order because Rhizoctenia solani, genus Rhizoctenia, they do not form any spore. So they only form mycelium. So it belongs to Mycelia sterila, and they also have resting structures. Okay. Question 91. In case of uncinula nicator, ascocarp consists of more number of asci appendages. Is a type of what type of? It is coil type. Uncinula is a genus for powdery mildew disease. Okay. So they normally form a fruiting body called Clistothecia. Nowadays it can also be called as Chasmothecium, and they form this coiled type of mycelium, mycelial appendages. Okay. 92. In 1927, discovered the functions of spermatia and their role in dikaryoticization by Craig. You know this spermatia, this is the first spore, also called zero stage of a rust pathogen. The spermatia are also called as pycnidia, sorry, not pycnidia, that is PAUTB, pycniospore, right? The first spore of rust fungi, that is pycniospore, which is also called spermatia, and it was discovered in 1927 by Craigie. Question 93. One of the important cultural method suggested for eradication of Fusarium oxysporum former species cupens from soil, that is flooding of soil. Next, anthracnose of beans is caused by Coletotrichum lindemithionum. Anthracnose means it will be Coletotrichum genus. Yeah, there are more genus related to anthracnose, that is Elsino and a few more, but normally Coletotrichum is the generally seen pathogen for causing anthracnose disease. Next, 95. Viscum species is a plant parasite. Which type of plant parasite is Viscum species? Now, Viscum species is what? It is actually mistletoe. Now we have to know mistletoe is which type of plant parasite? One is they are partial. Second, they are stem. That means they are partial stem parasite. So in this case, both the option A and D is the are correct answers. Next, 96. Insect vector transmitted viruses are more serious during which season? It will be summer season. And this is because in warmer temperature, this warm temperature, it can accelerate vector reproduction. In this case, vector is what? Insect, right? And it can increase their feeding activity, which can lead to more frequent and efficient virus transmission. Okay. So, yeah. So, it is very serious during summer season. Question 97. A fungus requires only one single host for completion of its life cycle. So, it will be autoecious. If it requires two hosts or more than one host, it will be heteroecious in that case. Question 98. A major threat for pomegranate cultivation in recent days is bacterial blight. Okay. And it is caused by, okay, so bacterial blight of pomegranate, it is caused by Xanthomonas anisoporis pathover punnesi. Now, with this term itself, we can guess that it will be a pathogen related to pomegranate, because the scientific name of pomegranate is Punica granatum, something like that. Please go and check. I'm not sure, but that's how we can, even if we don't know the answer, we can guess ki option D will be the correct answer. Now, coming to question number 99. In 1882 to 85, discovered means who discovered Bordeaux mixture? It will be PMA Millardit. Last but not the least, citrus tristeza could be effectively managed by cross protection. Now, this method of cross protection was first time started by McKinney in TMV, that is tobacco mosaic virus, but nowadays it is more used for the management of citrus tristeza. All right. So that's all for today. We will be coming back with a new model paper. Till then, keep learning, keep growing. See ya.